Class is in session, this is the show where knowledge is profit, just so you know. Army Piper, OC guy, and Trade Fly, bringing crypto news to the whole alumni. It's the word on the market, the one-stop shop for the info you'll need every time that it drops. The go-to show that you need right now. This is Piper Academy, it's all going down, let's go.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Piper Academy alumni. We got a great show lined up for you today. We got Bitcoin currently fighting right now to get into the $62,000 range, losing that, sitting just a little bit below. Ethereum sitting at $2,900. Markets are pulling back and dumping on PPI data. We're going to be breaking down that producer price index and looking at some news articles that you may need to know. And oh, by the way, GameStop, AMC, up massively today again, and it is crazy. So let's get into it, guys. It's time. Class is in session. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Piper Academy. I'm your host, Army Piper. We come at you every Monday through Friday at 9:30 a.m., bringing you guys the news, charts, and markets, and everything you need to have knowledge, because knowledge is profit. Glad you guys are here. Shout out to all the alumni in the chat right now. I see Alexandra G in the house. Always a pleasure to have the mod queen here with us. But I don't do this by myself. I don't. There's no way I could. I've got a team, and that team is primarily hinged on the success of these two right here on Crypto Trade Wars. Let's go. You guys have been killing it over there, man. TradeFly, break it down for the people so they understand, where are you guys at and where did you start at in this trade competition on Trade Wars?
All right. So where are we at? We are now the final four. All right. So Thursday, there's going to be a 1v1 with me and Drew Wolper. And then on Monday, OC Guy will face off with the Bullish Trader. And so hopefully, if we both win, we're both victorious, this could be an all Piper Academy final. So that's what we're shooting for. We're stoked. I mean, honestly, I'm honestly just really happy to be here and like super appreciative. But I think OC is trying to give me a high five here. Here we go.
You guys are rocking it, man. I'm telling you, you guys are rocking it. It is amazing what you guys have pulled off over there, man.
It's cool. Yeah, it's, you know, I had to get my feet under me a little bit. It was definitely a new style of trading. So I've kind of been learning on the fly, to be honest with you, but being able to set up all of the limit orders and all of that, and understanding, you know, how to quickly manipulate those prices is very, very key. Definitely not opening things with market orders or closing things on market orders is massive when you're talking about these high leverage trades and getting in and out very, very quickly. So yeah, it's been a learning experience, but it's been awesome, honestly, because it's really added kind of a tool to my toolbox, we'll say. So yeah, it's cool, man. I'm hoping, man. I want me and OC Guy. It'd be awesome. You know what we should do is we should just not trade against each other. We'll just kind of sit there and be like, "Yep, sorry."
Oh, that would be amazing. No, you know what should be great? To do like maximum X on whatever asset, and then just let it run till the end of the show.
Just let it go. Yeah, we'll probably find something fun to.
Absolutely, I'm sure you guys will. You guys will. You guys are doing great over there. I just wanted to tell you guys, I'm proud of you guys. You guys have absolutely crushed it. So for the viewers, if you guys don't know, trading, they're showing it. They're showing it live on the air every day, that they are just killing it over there every week. I mean, I should say, shout out to Indie Rock Crypto in the house and Blackie Chan, guys. Blackie Chan started his own channel, and he had his first video. So I went over and checked it out. It was pretty good. So you guys need to follow Blackie Chan on YouTube. If we can get a link dropped to him in the chat, that would be great. Crux is out today. He is not feeling well. Look, Justin Eubanks already got it. So shout out to Justin Eubanks there. Let's get into the news, because I want to break down PPI data. We had some PPI data stuff coming in. And then plus I want to talk about GameStop and AMC. And then it's a weird time in the markets, guys. It's a weird time in the market, and our markets are opening a little crazy today. Like things should be dumping off of this PPI data, and we did have a little bit of that reaction with a Dixie pumped and the markets pulled back, but I'm starting to see a little reversal in the stock side. Will that translate later in the day over to the crypto side? We're going to be taking a look at those charts and figuring that out. Shout out to Trade Intuition in the house. So Joe's in here. Love supporting the alumni, and we love you being here, bro. We love it. We love all the alumni. So let's get into the crypto traders in here too. Man, everybody's showing up to the house today. It's a house party. Let's get into the news here and let's break down what happened this morning on PPI, guys. Jumping into PPI here. First off, fear and greed, sitting at 66 still. We're sitting in greed, right in between, not quite into that green section yet, not quite into that yellow section, just sitting there in a nice lime green. That's what we got going on there, guys. Let's jump over and check out Crypto Bubbles, give it a refresh, because I did my little shrink so I can fit over here. I had to, set this up here. So Floki up 11%, Pepe up 15.9%, Doge up 3.8%. Amongst the sea of red, guys, you can see Bonk, Whiff. It's these meme coins. There is a meme rally going on right now on top of meme stocks, and that is what we're seeing really move. Let's jump down here and see what we're seeing down here on the market cap. Bitcoin right now up for the hour. Like I said, pull back on that PPI data and then a resurgence. It's a little odd what's going on. That's why the thumbnail today was flip a coin, because it really can go either way. Tomorrow, we've got that core inflation data that's going to be coming in. It's going to be very important. We'll be looking at that here in just a second and what we're expecting there. Solana sitting at about, average. It's neutral pretty much for the whole day at 0.4%. Big ones today, though. Let's see here. Doge, like I said, 3.8%. Let's go down here and look again. Pepe, 15.9%, moving up 2 spots there on the market cap. Render dropping down 2 positions, pretty much swapping with Pepe there. Let's see, what else do we have? Dog with Hat up 2 positions, up 1.4% for the day. Any big movers in the top 50? No, that's pretty much it, guys. But the meme coins, absolutely getting a movement today on the markets. Let's jump over here and check out the liquidations. Liquidations right now coming in the past 24 hours, 57,163 traders were liquidated. Total liquidations coming in at $145.8 million. Biggest liquidation was XBT on BitMEX, $9.2 million liquidation there. I'd like to know who has that money to lose, because sure as hell isn't me. Economic calendar. Let's hit cancel there. There we go. I've got this setting right now on 2-star. We're going to break it down into 1-star in a second. That's the impact level. But the PPI data, here's what came in today, guys. PPI data was last month was down 0.1%. And then consensus was that it would be up 0.3%, forecasted to be up 0.2%, actually came in a full 0.5% higher. The core PPI also coming in a full 0.5% higher, was expected on consensus and forecast to be 0.2%. Remember, Fed Chair Powell is speaking today, and this is going to be the first time that he's really going to have to aggregate this new information into his talking and break it out for people. If he comes out today with some hawkish sentiment because of these increasing inflation numbers, if you guys don't know what PPI is, this is the producer price index. This is how much does it cost for production companies, producers, manufacturers to create goods, which means that their prices are higher. They've got to charge more, which means inflation is going to be higher. So this is a good lead-in indicator to that core CPI tomorrow. Let's jump over to the 1, and you'll see here all the way down the line, guys, on this PPI. Was expected to be 143.9 for the PPI for April, came in at 144.1. PPI excluding food, energy, and trade came in about 0.2% higher than what it was expected to be. We have PPI excluding food, energy, and trade for year over year, because this was the month over month here. This coming in at 3.1% was expected to be 2.8%. The month over month coming in at 0.4% was expected to be, so double really what it was supposed to be. this is not good. This gives me indication that we're going to see inflation going higher because the cost of goods is getting higher. Let's jump over here and check out tomorrow. Put this back on a 2 impact here on the trading economics calendar. Let's look at tomorrow because this is going to be the big one. And this was the one that I said could result in a rally of the markets. This is the core inflation. And this is the biggest thing that the Fed Reserve looks at when they're looking at these inflation rates and where we are projected to be at so that they can go ahead and try to decide, are they going to raise rates, cut rates, pause, whatever. That is coming out tomorrow. And previously it was at 0.4%. Consensus and forecast is that it is going to be 0.3%. However, based on today that we had these low consensus and forecast and we absolutely just pounced all over them, crushed them with these higher numbers than expected. I do think that tomorrow in the core inflation rate, we may actually see that where this 0.3 is more like a 0.4 or 5 or 5 even. The core inflation rate year over year expected to be down to 3.6 or 3.7 was previously at 3.8. This could come in easily at 3.9 or a 4 tomorrow based on what we saw with PPI. So it's going to be interesting to see, though, what happens tomorrow. And we're going to be keeping a close eye on this. And you guys can get all of this economic data right here on Piper Academy. Is what we do, man. Looking at the earnings reports for today, guys, we got Alibaba on morning openings and Home Depot. Actually, both of the Home Depot missed their earnings big time. Even with higher prices, they can't make the earnings calls that they're getting. We've got, who else do we have here on the day? It doesn't look like any of the big companies in the world of crypto are on there today. That's going to be tomorrow with Hut 8 right there tomorrow morning. That is going to be a crypto miner company. And then Cisco and Iris Energy, Iron. So that's what we got. Excuse me. Goodness gracious. I apologize about that. A little sneeze there. It's the allergies down here in Southern Texas. Gotta love them. Let's get over into one more thing here. Look at these meme tokens because we talked about this. We're just going to give a quick breakdown on this here, guys. GameStop rally sends meme coins skyward. Pepe, Floki, Mog, Surge. Roaring Kitty is living proof that retail can outperform institutions at the highest level, one meme coin developer says. Meme coin surged after a post by Keith Gill, a retail trader whose online persona and investment strategies contributed to the GameStop short squeeze of 2021. The meme coin surge was not limited to microcap tokens, but also impacted larger tokens like Pepe and Floki. The top meme coin climbed higher Tuesday after a viral post by retail trader Keith Gill, whose cult following contributed to that GameStop short squeeze, the whole movie on it, Dumb Money. Gill, who turned $58,000 into an estimated $50 million between 2019 and 2021 by buying GameStop, sparked a run in the stock after he posted on X, and it has now started again. With the meme GME token, there's a token out there for GameStop. GME surged as much as 500%. It's getting crazy. Let's jump back over here. Let's talk about the madness that is the world of memes right now on meme stocks and on meme coins. Is this are we going to have a full repeat, or every time the short squeezes jump in there to try to take down, or every time the short calls, go in there to try to bring down these stocks, are we going to see the retail rally again like 2021 and just destroy big money? Tradefly, we'll go with you.
Dude, it's trending in that direction. Look, dude, GameStop popped. Not only did you point out yesterday it was up about 100%, it turned around and did like another 100% overnight, which is crazy. I looked at the chart. I was never expecting it to that pre-market to be up over, I think it was like 57 or something crazy this morning when I looked at it. And I think that was his target. If I remember reading his page, I think he was trying to get it up to like 50 if you look at his Twitter. So yeah, it's wild, man. It's crazy that one account can rally the market so hard. But we saw this before with Elon, man. You see him put out a tweet and all of a sudden like crypto's going Doge was going nuts. Like, so the power of retail is a very interesting thing. And I sometimes wonder that, like, I wonder if like whales are really part of that movement, like they just want to be part of the club. So who knows, but it's fun to watch. I wish I would have jumped on it with you. I told you, you're holding out on me, man. You should have told me. I'm mad at you, actually.
Yeah, I for those that aren't tracking, yesterday I bought actually Sunday night, early Monday morning, I bought on the after hours buy and sell. I bought some GameStop, and then once I was in 100% profit yesterday, which was, I'll show you those levels in a second. I sold off half of my shares, which put me at break even on what I put in. The rest of the money that was in there, which was double my money that I put in, is running on its own. So it's free money. I'm playing in this stock right now with free money, baby. Now look at here, right here, guys. Kabisi letter breaking. Short sellers of GameStop and AMC are now down $3.5 billion today. No big deal. This puts the 2-day short seller loss at over $5 billion. So
them fools did not learn their lesson, though, did they?
They did not. They did not learn their lesson.
They
don't know what they're doing.
Same damn thing. What you get?
OC, what's your thoughts on this, man? This GameStop is craziness. And on top of it, we're seeing this rally of meme coins. It's beautiful to see. I love seeing the degens win. It gives you hope. It gives you hope. What's your thoughts on it, man?
Well, I mean, I believe that we were seeing, like normal cycles, movements, and that is crazy. I mean, love it. The part that I love the most is to see the stocks market just seeing those meme stocks. I mean, that is crazy. That is amazing. I think that is gonna be another chapter of history. Not as big as the first time it happened, but I mean, it does have the potential to bring back, a little bit of that maybe pain for the brokers on Wall Street. I don't know. But it's fun to watch. And that could be a great opportunity for the rest of us.
Yeah, here's what smart money is saying. And I recall quite well, almost whining, almost crying, like sniveling little beeps back in the day in 2021 on the news, where all these hedge fund managers and all of these big wig finance gurus were like, this is just insanity, and this is just manipulation, and the Federal Reserve and SEC and blah, like they were calling for everyone to go after, millions of people that were just retail degening into GameStop and wrecking them. This is their response. GameStop investors are playing with fire, says hedge funds. That's their response to this, and this sounds like it's beginning to shape up again, like 2021. Shout out to Alexandra G, gifting 5 Piper Academy memberships. Much love to you. You didn't have to do that, but we appreciate you so much. Looks like Dave Digital got one, Indie Rock Crypto got one, Chef T Fresh, Ada, Mr. Z, and Sim Ron picking up those free gifts. Guys, make sure that you join the Discord. Connect your YouTube to Discord. There's a whole process there, and you'll get walked through it when you join into our Discord. But that way you can get access to the members only content stuff in there. And welcome. So shout out to Alexander G. Let's go take a look at, geez, I don't even know what to look at first. Honestly, I really don't. There's so many amazing things to look at today. Let me look through my X marks the spot here real fast just to see. Yeah, we got this video here. Market, it says, just in, former SEC chair Jay Clayton says, GameStop craze bothers me, and it's certainly not investing. He said it's gambling. And yes, he is right. It is a little bit of gambling there, but that's what his stance is on that. And then there was another one down here that it was this guy here. This guy here, it's just, this guy's funny. Let's see if I can get this sound in here.
And, I think it's sitting at home, getting the checks from the government, okay?
Are you going to do this?
Fair share is a bullshit concept. It's just a way of attacking wealthy people, and, I think it's inappropriate. We all got to work together. Sitting at home, getting the checks.
There you go. They're just sitting at home, getting their checks, and it's bullshit way of going out to the wealthy people. Like, guys, we're starting to see it again. They are coming out of the woodwork crying because a bunch of degens getting their checks, sitting at home with getting their checks from the government, which is true for me. I do get a retirement check from the federal government for 22 years of Army service, and I get some money from the VA because 4 combat deployments fucked me up. There we go. So censor that. So yeah, I do get a check from the government, but I know for a fact that a majority of our people in here work hard. They're fiat mining every day for their money that they're degenerating into this stuff. And the fact that this rich old boomer here thinks that that these people are just collecting their check from the government and they're going out to the wealthy people. Welcome to middle class America. We challenge you on the battlefield. Our champion will be Roaring Kitty. Thank you very much. So there you go. Wanted to put that out there. OC, TradeFly, any thoughts before we jump into the Bitcoin chart here?
Nah, man, it just makes me giggle because I just want to be like, manipulation. How does it feel? You know?
How does it feel?
Maybe
Right?
think about that next time.
Our champion is Roaring Kitty, and we're okay with that. Crypto Trace and Army Piper worked hard for that dime. You're damn right I did. I got blown up. I got a vehicle ripped in half like a sardine can, guys, just so you know. I don't know if you guys ever seen it. I'll drop a picture in Discord. But yeah, my vehicle got ripped open like a sardine can. So yeah, I am collecting a check from the federal government. You damn right. Let's jump over and check out this chart and see what we got here on Bitcoin today, guys. Bitcoin, another rejection off of that dynamic reactor there yesterday. I told you guys yesterday when we were there, I said, look, it's just like we talked about on Friday where we were at this critical resistance, and I do expect to see us pull back, and we pulled back. And then yesterday I talked about it, and we pulled back again. Today, though, look at this doji. If you guys don't know, this candle right here, this is a doji. It's you just got a wick at the top, a wick at the bottom, and it's just kind of sitting there right at the opening on that 4 hour, looking like a cross, but it's a doji. When you see a very small candle body with wicks on the top and the bottom, that candle says Biden is snoring kitty. I love it. That says there is uncertainty in the market, and that is why I put on the thumbnail. Actually, this is just confirming what I was believing when I built the thumbnail today. A flip a coin, heads or tails, you call it, because there's a lot of uncertainty, and we're really not seeing anything definitive. I mean, you look over here on the futures. NASDAQ is up green. The ES1, which is the S&P, is up green. Then the Dow Jones is up in the green. Like, we're not really seeing anything saying, hey, this PPI data and this potential CPI data tomorrow is going to wreck the markets. A lot of uncertainty. We did have also yesterday on shout out Chart Prime, best indicator service in the market, giving us this ribbon flip here, this downtrend, and this hidden bearish divergence, all auto printed on here, identified it for us at the same time that we were getting that rejection off that dynamic reactor. We tried to hold it there, pulled back down into it. After getting that, I mean, if you look, it was this candle here above it that we got the downtrend arrow, and then that move just happened. So RSI Prime gave us that small candle body that I always talk about on reversals for that. So shout out Chart Prime. They're nailing. If you guys want Chart Prime, 45% off your monthly or quarterly down below in the description. Best discount in the market for the best indicator in the market. Let's kick it over to TradeFly, see what he's seeing over there on the heat map.
Right on. Yeah, looking at the liquidation heat map, you can see the alligator close to the boat right now. Hotspot is sitting at about 60,500. So don't be surprised if you see some price action get down there, clear out this liquidity. But let's tie that into the charts here. So sorry, I was actually looking at GME, which took me off of my chart. Let's go back to Bitcoin. Yeah. I had to look at it. I had to see where it was, man. It actually it pulled back quite a bit after pre-market. So and it looks like somebody was saying in chat that they stopped trading on it again. So I wonder if Robinhood is still kicking or not. I bet they are. All right.
I'm gonna go look let's tie that. I'll go check it out.
Yeah. So we said 60,500. So that's about right here. That wouldn't be a terrible thing. That brings you back into the support range, and it kind of lines you up with previous support, right? You can see the wicks on this area. So you have this area of support. Not a big deal if it comes down here and clears out that liquidity at the same time. So keep an eye out on that, right? So, Piper was talking about a dynamic reactor. One of the things that I noticed when I was looking at the chart yesterday was look at the 200 SMA on the 4 hours specifically. Rejection, 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 and then, dynamic reactors in there as well. But dynamic reactor is red. Point of control has actually moved down because price actions moved down. So you can see that's also there, kind of adding a little bit of confluence in an area of resistance. And then you can just see I have a horizontal level of resistance that I had marked. But it just shows you everything's kind of lining up in this area. going to be tough sledding, I'll say, to get over this area specifically. Give you a little bit of a range just to give you something to look at. About 62.7 to, we'll say, 63.2. So about $500 or so price action wise for Bitcoin. It's going to be a lot of resistance. All right, so keep an eye out on that. You can see a nice little wick off the value area low, as well as the support range here. So yeah, you could see like Piper was saying, a little indecision. You do have that doji. You could see some bouncing around, a little consolidation. But one of the things I've noticed as a trend is anytime Powell speaks, especially as of recently, you get that little dip before he talks, and then price action tends to move afterwards. And it has roughly been positive for most of the times that he's talked. So dip coming into the speak to when he's speaking, and then a little bit of positive price action during and after has been what I noticed. And then after that, it's just been fair game. But keep an eye on that for today. Maybe we'll see a similar trend.
Awesome. Yeah, taking a look here. I just looked on Robinhood. Robinhood is still trading it, even though several other exchanges have halted it. So Robinhood learned their lesson. They are not even wanting to touch that shutdown on that. So let's jump over here real fast. I'm going to show you what GameStop's doing here, since you were just looking at it. So yesterday, guys, I sold when we hit the golden pocket. I sold my half, and that left nothing but profit sitting in there, free money, and they're running. We did get a pullback again this morning, and now we came back up. And now we're coming back down. But look, on the 15-minute, we got another candle coming in here, and we're about to hit the zero line. I'm not seeing any halting, though, or reversals here on the RSI Prime. So I'm going to be watching for this 236 coming in here right along with that dynamic reactor. Of course, this is on a 15-minute. Jump over to the 4-hour. It's just a big reversal candle right now. But I wouldn't say that that's anything bad until we see a break here of the back down below this 236, which was resistance yesterday. So we're going to be taking a look at that throughout the day. Just, keep an eye on it. Right now, it does say market dumps on the 4-hour here for the Oracle. Let's kick it over to TradeFi or to OC guy and see what you're looking at over there, OC.
Oh yeah, let's take a look at here. So I was looking at BNB because, guys, we just had an alert ringing on us right here. You can see right away. Let's just give it a second. Right here, it just ringed on us. We're breaking the previous range that we were looking at. So that's what I was a little bit, of course, not in Bitcoin, but on BNB, guys. This could be a confirmation that we're gonna have visited 558. On Binance. So just be aware of that. Just quick notice, we just ring that alert. So other than that, I mean, you were talking about things moving. So also another thing that has been moving, and you talked about this pre-show, it's the BlackBerry thing. So just taking a little note here, it is pumping right now, and I mean, might be seeing a little bit more or further continuation on that movement. Other than that, just checking back, guys, basically it's more of the same. We've been talking about this area right here on Bitcoin. And so far, I mean, for me, I'm just standing by until seeing 60K being broken, or the neckline here at 64K just being broken. Other than that, staying patiently waiting. Turning it back to you guys.
Awesome. Let's jump over here. I got an article here. Tornado Cash. You guys remember this? The whole thing. The United States banned it. They locked it, froze a bunch of funds and stuff. Tornado Cash is a. Let's move over here. Tornado Cash is it's a money aggregator. Like, you can go in there and it swirls money around. It moves crypto and hides crypto. Really, is what it does. But at the end of the day, guys, Tornado Cash is nothing but code. It's not like any individual is in there going, yeah, I got this, give me your money. Like, there's no custodial service in it. It is a decentralized money mixer, right? So this article is pretty interesting, setting some precedents here on code. Tornado Cash developer guilty of money laundering. He was arrested in the Netherlands. Has been held since August of 2022 after the United States government blacklisted Tornado Cash. Alexei Pertsev, the developer of the cryptocurrency mixing protocol Tornado Cash, has been found guilty of money laundering, raising potentially severe implications for open source code developers. So Pertsev was found guilty of money laundering by Dutch judges On May 14th, the developer was sentenced to 5 years and 4 months in prison for allegedly laundering $1.2 billion worth of illicit assets on the platform. Sentencing came despite Tornado Cash being a non-custodial crypto mixing protocol, meaning that the funds that go through the protocol are never held or controlled by it. Let's jump over here and let's just talk about the scenarios that this could be applied to now. You have a bar, you have a nightclub that is, in New Jersey, and you've got mobsters that like to go in there and do business while they have a drink and watch, strippers on a pole. I don't know, whatever you want it to be. The bar itself doesn't necessarily have to be the actual individuals doing the laundering. Just the laundering of funds that are taking place inside there. So one guy's selling art, the other guy goes in there, sits down and goes, yeah, I'm going to buy that piece of art. Here's $1 million. And then turns around and buys it back for $900,000, giving $100,000 to the art dealer. And now the money's laundered, right? That bar now becomes the point of focus for a lawsuit. That is essentially what just happened here with Tornado Cash. It is a mixer, yes. Were people laundering on it? Yes, they were. But is that the code writer's fault, and was that his intent? I don't think it really was. I think he was looking for ways for privacy on money. Outside of the United States, that is a normal thing. You've got hawalas out there, like I've talked about before, in the Middle East, where money funding, money movement is all in one guy's book, literally written down in a ledger. There's nothing anywhere that's tracked at all. People go in and trade seed for money to hire, like it's just back and forth. Like it's a banking system of goods, property, and funds, right? This is a norm throughout the world. So to see someone who wrote this code that could be used open source by the entire world to get 5 years in prison for what other people used his platform for is a little disheartening, disparaging, and scary, in my opinion. Tradefly OC, I'd love to hear your opinions on this, man.
Yeah, it's really tough, man. It depends on his intent, and they may have something that we don't. Like there could be conversations that he's had in the background where like that activity was maybe solicited or even, encouraged, or maybe he even used it himself. Who knows? It's all speculation. So it'd be interesting to see like what information comes from the case. That will really kind of have more of an impact on which way I kind of fall in terms of what I'm thinking. If it's as much as what you're saying, and it's one of those things where like, hey, he designed it, it's open source, and somebody just decided to use it that way, then yeah, that's just not right. So it depends, man. I mean, we'll have to let it play out, to be honest. I mean, it's tough to make a feeling or an idea without knowing the full context of kind of what went down.
My issue with it is precedence and principle. Because anytime that you take an isolated incident and you make a call or a judgment on it without understanding second and third order effects, then you set the precedence for future incidents that don't really apply to nail people for no reason at all. For example, it would be like, if you decide that you're going to go after gun makers for an active shooter event or, a mass shooting, and that gun maker is now at fault for a tool being used in a crime by a criminal. And now you decide that, okay, well, if that's the case, then we can go after Ford Motor Company for drive-by shootings. It just, There's no precedence and principle matters when you make judgments. And if you have bias in your judgment, you should not be sitting in the seat as a judge. And if you are making those judgments without understanding second, third order effects, then I question your intellectual capacity too. So just my 2 cents.
Yeah, there's no argument on that side of the house. It's just what happens if they come out and they say, hey, this dude designed this and like he did it for the sole reason of money laundering. What if that comes out? Then that kind of changes. Like, hey, there's this wicked smart dude that had that background. And it was like, this is why he created it. Maybe he has businesses that he could be actually doing, those activities, because I mean, I know people that have restaurants, and those restaurants are nothing more than, a way to shuffle money.
Fronts. fronts. Yeah, it's a thing.
It's real. It's a thing.
OC, your thoughts on that before we get into some CPI data and then start running down through some altcoins?
Absolutely. I do have a big opinion, but I'll try to get it as short as possible. I think this is a freedom thing. I mean, it has much more implications because, I mean, if you're going for that way, well, let's ban cash, right? What is the most dangerous thing talking about fraud, right? Or money laundering? That is cash. So let's ban cash. Oh, yeah. Legendary Aviation Coffee, guys. 10% off, by the way. So, I mean, let's ban cash, right? But again, I mean, kill or not kill, right? I mean, pursue the act, right? Or the illicit act. Do not pursue what is not, to be intended as it is. This is just a tool, and I don't think that should be criminalized because, again, I mean, we're talking about cash. This is untraceable, almost I mean, I won't say 100%, but let's just say 90, 80% untraceable cash, right? But I mean, the blockchain, come on, you can track every single coin through
Not in
the
Tornado
blockchain,
Cash,
right?
though.
And at some point, exactly. I mean, and
Tornado
despite that,
Cash,
I
it
mean,
mixes it and you lose it on the blockchain. That's the big deal about it. So.
oh, no, yeah, I understand. And
Okay.
I mean, I am also trying to use it, and I will maybe use it in the future because I want my scrambled Bitcoin, not because I want it to hide it, but because I want privacy. But again, you can track every single Bitcoin until Tornado Cash, and still you can then track all the transactions that it was made through that Bitcoin. So, I mean, at the end of it all, yes, it might be harder to trace, not completely untraceable. But again, if he made an illicit with that tool, pursue the illicit act and not pursue the tool. That's what I said, because the tool is not doing anything. I mean, illicit itself. It's just a tool, right? So yeah, that's my opinion.
Yep. No, I agree. And we literally saw incidents of that. Just to wrap it up with Ethereum, there was Ethereum, a massive amount of Ethereum that was locked and frozen by the US government because it touched one of the wallets that they had identified as being Tornado Cash. So yeah, I mean, it's still traceable on the chain itself. And then once they identify those wallets, I mean, that's it. But at the end of the day, it's open source code. And I don't think that a code writer, for what he writes his code, should land him in 5 years of prison. That's how you kill innovation. Good job. Good job. Let's jump over there into the news, guys. CPI preview. Bitcoin price poised to surge if projections hold true. Let's jump down into this. This is talking about that data that's coming out tomorrow, guys. And like I said, a lot of it is projected to be lower, but we just saw today that PPI was projected to be lower and did not happen that way. So what are they saying about this tomorrow? The U.S. CPI data set to be released tomorrow, May 15th, Wednesday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So this will be an hour before we go live here on the show. Anticipated to be a potentially significant catalyst for the Bitcoin price. Expectation stems particularly from Bitcoin's recent trend of responding to macroeconomic news. Is that a thing? I think it is. That's why we do what we do here on the show, indicating a heightened sensitivity to such data and influencing its market dynamics. The CPI measures inflation by tracking changes of price levels of a market, a basket of consumer goods and services. And I told you guys yesterday, if you were watching, you know this, they have taken coffee out. Coffee is not going to be in these numbers tomorrow. And coffee was a massive, massive growth of increase in price. So right there, we've already got one little data piece pulled out of this number. So definitely could see those expectations be met tomorrow. CPI, what to expect? Economists expect the CPI to show a year-on-year increase of 3.4%, a slight deceleration from March's 3.5%, and on a month-to-month basis, the increase is anticipated to slow to 0.3 compared to 0.4 previously. That CPI, which strips out the more volatile cost of food and energy, food, you think that volatile? Yes, it's what it is. It's unattainable right now. Is also expected to reflect a similar downtrend. Forecast suggested drop from 3.8 to 3.6 on a year-to-year basis, marking the lowest annual core inflation since April 2021. So tomorrow, if we get this numbers that we have here, based on where we're sitting at on support with a lot of assets, which I'm sure you're going to see here in just a second. Guys, let us know in the chat, by the way, what you would like to see. I see Manta up there, and I see Clean Spark. I'll knock out Clean Spark. You guys grab them up as they're coming in and just let us know. Let me know, Tradefly and OC, in our Discord chat channel where which asset you're taking, so I know, so that you guys know. But yeah, if we see these support levels hold and these numbers come out good tomorrow, we could absolutely see a rally, despite what we saw today on PPI, which is why we had on that thumbnail, flip a coin, heads or tails, you call it. So shout out to FD White in the chat. Tradefly, you got anything before we jump into Clean Spark here?
Nah, nothing really to add there. So I'm gonna jump on Soul, and looks like OC is gonna get Manta. So let's roll. Let's get some TA, baby, at 7:10. We got 20 minutes to make the people happy.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Guys, we lost a point of control here on Clean Spark, and we are sitting in my T box. We are now at the bottom of the T box. I drew this T box because we had, let me get rid of these brush marks, Mexican spaghetti there. I drew these because that was the value area low encompassed below that point of control with the golden pocket right in the middle. And we're sitting right now perfectly on that value area low. This was a good call. This was a good call. So we did have a bullish divergence that printed here on the RSI prime oscillator, but we did that goose head. Remember we talked about goose heads? OC's always talking about them. Well, that's what happened there. We came back down, rejected cleanly on a candle close off that point of control, wicking up to that dynamic reactor right there, and down it came. I can bring that in a little bit better for you so you can see that wick right there on the dynamic reactor, and then down we went. So right now we are sitting pretty low on the RSI prime, but you see we have a lot further that we can go down here, and then also we're not even down into that bullish zone yet on Clean Spark. I'm going to be watching for, if we lose this level here at about $14, we're going to call it. If we lose this level at about $14, guys, be watching for $12.65. This is going to be our 0.5. And actually, we're going to move that $14 mark down because I just saw this over here. Bam. That is going to be our level to watch, $13.85. And if we lose that, look for $12.65. But it is very possible that we hold it in my green box here because this was our support range. Value area low is there, getting support off of that, and we're back in the golden pocket. So it's really hard to tell at this point what is likely to happen. But as of right now, we are in key support ranges. $13.85 would be my next level if we continue down. Let's kick it over to OC, and then we'll just go down. We'll go down these little pictures right here. Here you go, OC. What you got for us?
Absolutely. We have a little ongoing analysis of Manta for the long run, basically just looking at the 4 hour and what happened. So right here, we had a little channel, and as you can see, very precise, as we have a strong signal breaking the range that we were looking at and also breaking the micro range, gives the confirmation for a further movement. Then we were expecting a bounce up and maybe a double bottom. Seems like we did not reach all the way to the dynamic reactor, which is fine. I mean, it just indicates that we're still on a bearish trend. So what are we going to be doing at this point? Let's just do some trend lines in here. Very easy, very nice. And then just follow along this. So this is not looking that bad. But again, I mean, this is not a good position to start jumping in for longs, on my opinion. By the way, if you want to long it, be my guest. And then we're going to be looking for confirmation. So far, we'll see that bullish momentum be pushing up. Remember what I always told you guys, which is the center of any patterns. I'm going to be drawing this line here, looking for the center of this and aiming at where the convergence of those two lines might be. I'm also going to be just changing this to a little bit of a thinner line and also a little bit more transparent. And as you can see, we're making that upward movement or pressure not breaking through the center of that range. That usually indicates a break to the upside on the pattern. Very quick, just to wrap things up, we have a much stronger, almost 100%, even 100% a liquidation area right here, liquidity area right down here. So what we're looking, it's only maybe a quick liquidity grab, just like in here, just like in here, just like in here, especially like here, and then maybe having that strength to just break that slight differential between bullish and bearish volume, and then finally going to our next resistance. So areas to enter for long, I said this is not a good area. We need to wait for the flip of the ribbon, or at least I will be waiting for the flip of the ribbon or at the breakout pattern here, maybe taking 50% out, holding it, going back in with a 50% out that I took out, and then aiming for a continuation to the upside. That will also depend on Bitcoin still moving forward. So that's what I got, guys. Turning it back to you.
Awesome. Let's kick it over to you, TradeFly. You're muted. You're muted.
I got you. All right, so looking at SOL on the 4-hour, I'm going to run through this one really quick. I'm going to get over to Velo. I'll make a little pivot here, but it's trying to hold this area of support. So you got the point of control, you got the 0.5 on the Fibonacci retracement. It's struggling right now. And you can see a little trend with the prime oscillator. It looks like it's trending kind of down, but it is also on this one. You actually got true bullish divergence there. But it's at a pretty key area right now. So I think if it loses this area at about 144, you're going to see it come down to the value area low, and more than likely down to the golden pocket here at the 618 at about 129. That was a previous range. So I would very much see that as a likely area for it to come down to. It's really based on the rest of the market. SOL is not moving independent. It's not doing its own thing right now. It's kind of moving with Bitcoin. So here you are, 144, you got support. This is where I would look probably at adding to my bags at about 129. And I am going to be honest with you, SOL is starting to become something that I actually really like. I have used it. I'm starting to kind of dabble in NFTs a little bit. And SOL is fast, man. It's fast and it works and it's cheap. So I am now eyeing SOL. I'm going to be honest with you. Top side here, you're looking at the 382, very obvious area of resistance, and that's at about 160. So if we do push up, that's going to be your high side target for SOL. All right, so let's get over to Velo. I don't even know the full name for that one, but let's look at it on the chart, right? I got the chemtrails up. Go ahead and cue the chemtrails here. Let those things fly. What we have right now is, a very bullish trend. It's going up and right if you're zooming out, right? So if you look at it on the daily, this is a bullish trend, and you're riding this dynamic reactor pretty much all the way up. Short term, though, looking at it, we are now showing definitely signs of a reversal, and we had an area of support. This is a pretty key area right here, and that's why you're seeing that quick drop off, right? You had a lot of volume, all right? It was clearly support, and it was clearly resistance, right? So when it broke through that area, it had that nice move up. And now we kind of found a range a little bit, consolidated, and then we fell through, right? Now we're testing that area right here where the dynamic reactor is. So key area here at 2.3 cents. That's going to be your area of resistance. That's clear as day because you can see it right here. If we fall down, though, it's going to be a wicked fall because you don't have a lot of volume in here. You're going to probably move down at minimum to about right here. Let me go ahead and mark it on the chart for you. Horizontal line, you guys know I love that, at about 1.7 cents to 1.5 cents where you have a lot more volume. But that's where it's going to start coming in at. So you're probably going to see some price action in that area if it does fall. I will say, looking at it right now, I don't think that, these I don't like. I talked about it yesterday. I don't like when you have a very slow, methodical move down. Like, I'd rather see something that is a little bit kind of bouncing around. Like here, you have a sharp move down and you come down and like you retest an area, and then like you can look for some price action. But when it's like a slow, methodical like move down, it's just consistently ugly. Doesn't give me a lot of hope for it holding this dynamic reactor. I think this might be the first time that we fall through it in a substantial amount of time. So keep an eye on that. Here is your big key area to look at, and that's at about, again, 1.7 to 1.5.
Sweet. Awesome. Let's jump over here and check out what I'm looking at. I'm looking at Render. We had a request for that. You guys can see we are getting a market sell-off and market dumping right now going on across everything. That trigger is happening at the same time. GameStop pumping up again. So trying to regain some of that lost candle today. But looking at render right now, we are headed towards this dynamic reactor right here. That dynamic reactor is coming in at about $9.70. Let's go ahead and throw on some overlays here. I do have the fibs. Our rejection was perfectly here on the 236. This point being taken from the low of the rally up to the high there. And we got a perfect rejection on that 236. Based on where we are right now, losing that 382, I would say that we are likely heading down between the dynamic reactor to somewhere right in here. Why do I say that? Because if we throw on that range and we throw on a fixed range volume profile, bring that data in from this massive rally point to current, we've lost the point of control. You can see there's a big play there. And then we have that coming in down here for the value area low right there at the bottom of this box, or this T box. What I'm going to be watching for is this. If we hit the dynamic reactor and we get support here, all well and fine. And the reason that I think that's a possibility is because if we go back and we look, you can see bounce, 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 bounce. And then if we break it here, it was rejection, rejection. We got a little bit above it and it came back down, retested it again right there perfectly. There was a nice little fight right here for about 12 hours, about 12 to 16 hours fighting to get above it. We have not come back to test it yet. So that would be an okay move for Render to make. It is a retest there. But the reason that I have that box going all the way down through here is because we do have the 50% right there that we need to test. If we're going to lose the 382, we're going to probably test the 50. And then right below that, maybe a wick down into that value area low. Those prices, guys, coming in at about $8.83 to $9 even on that 50 and that value area low. So first off, watch for that dynamic reactor coming in right here at the top at about $9.65. And then as low as $8.82. I would look at, me personally, if I was looking to pick up some more Render, I have quite a bit already. I would look at picking up down here in this little small area beneath that 50 and that value area low. If that doesn't hold though, guys, keep some dry powder. You do have the golden pocket sitting at about $7.88. Taking a look at the oscillators here real fast just to show you, it does give us indication here that we do have more downside to go on the RSI Prime and the Oscillator Pro. Look at the declination of the angle on that ribbon. It is definitely breaking that 45-degree angle. Shout out to OC guy. Let's kick it back over to OC. What do you got for us, man?
Oh my God. Have you guys looked at Ethereum? It is just dumping. Just kidding. That's a 1 minute chart. I just wanted to put you into the same feeling I saw when I went into the
Congratulations,
1 minute. I was like, oh
creator.
my God. Oh yeah.
Yeah, do the thumbnail.
I mean, I almost shed my pants there. But nonetheless, it seems like we're in a pretty good zone right here. I mean, might not be seeing like it. But again, guys, this goes with the warning. This is not financial advice. But if I start looking at my my volume areas here, you see that if I double click in here and take a look at my liquidity zones, we have an almost 100%, all right, 99.1% of bullish or bulls acting upon this zone. This is not telling me that I'm going to have 99% of the bulls acting on this other zone, but we can see the history record, which means that most likely we're going to have at least a reaction on this area. All right, so DCA entries, this could be a good one if you're looking for a leverage entry, which I don't advise leverage, but I do use leverage, so I need to acknowledge that many of us use it, and you need to be very responsible and understand the risk when you do that. Well, then look for the FOR in here as we are inside this area. I could and I would be taking the risk to maybe do not wait for the FOR and enter with a low leverage position right down here because we also are in a discount zone. And if we take a look at our predictive ranges here, I mean, we could maybe wick to this area and then have that bounce up. All right. Am I just saying that then we're going to be mooning? No, not at all. This is a short against the trend trade. All right. Let me repeat that, against the trend. So be careful. I mean, it's not impossible, but it's hard to trade against the trend. It is not advisable. Nonetheless, it seems to be a good opportunity for entry. That's what I got for you guys. Just wanted to, put you into the same train I felt when I saw it dumping on the 1 minute.
Yeah, that's how it goes on X. Oh my God, it is pumping right down there on a 1 minute chart. It's moved like 0.7%, you know. It happens. I want to show you guys something interesting. You guys see this right here? This nice red candle dumping down on a 4-hour candle. That's the Dixie. The Dixie is moving down right now, also in synchronization with markets dumping. The one thing that is not dumping right now, gold. Gold is making another bounce here. Go ahead and hit your sound effect. I know you want to. There you go.
You know it's coming.
The risk off is happening right now, and they're getting out of the dollar and out of risk assets right now. That's what we're seeing. Unless you're a degen that's trying to fight the mega rich bulls over there, the mega rich bears, I should say, over there on GameStop. Gold, that's what's moving up right now. So TradeFly,
got it.
it's great. I love it. TradeFly, what do you got for us, man? You got something on your charts?
Yeah, just I can't even talk. Revisiting Matic. I haven't looked at that
Captain
in a while.
Jack Matic.
Yes, at your service. There you go. Yeah, so looking at it on the 4-hour, and it's been a while since we've looked at it. It doesn't look great. I got to be honest with you. We've gotten under the golden pocket. The golden pocket actually acted as resistance, so that's no bueno. We're under the dynamic reactor. We are under the value area low. We've basically fallen outside of the range. Now, depends on who you are. A lot of people say that, hey, the range is the mean, right? So it may regress to the mean. If that's your thinking or your logic, we are at the platinum pocket, and Piper is a big fan of that. So, maybe we'll find some support here. If you're coming down, you're looking at the oscillator, look, you're getting multiple hits of some divergence there. It's basically I know when they put out the videos that they said these multiple hits of divergence are actually probably one of the strongest indications with chart prime. So we'll see how that plays out. I am crossing my fingers, but this could be an opportunity. I'd say Matic at 65 cents, a bad place to be. I got to be honest with you. It's probably not a bad area to add your bags. There's obviously always potential for a little bit of downside. I could play it that way and be like, hey, we could go down, we could go up. But I mean, just from a hodling perspective, thought process there, I would say where we're at right now is probably not a bad entry on Matic. Now, if it does fall, where can we go? 58 cents is the quick and easy answer for you. And that's really just kind of coinciding here. You have some resistance, you have some support. That's the last time there was this little range here. If you did a fixed range value profile, you'll probably find the value area low somewhere around here as well. But yeah, I would keep my eye on Matic. I'm just pointing that out to you that, long term, this is probably not a bad spot. If it completely poops the bed and it falls through that range, then, you're coming down as low as 50 cents. I mean, that's really where it was finding support on a consistent basis. And I was, before that, it was a lot higher. So we'll see. But right now, just want to point that out to you. This could be an opportunity for Matic. Keeping it quick. Oh, one thing I do want to show you.
Oh.
I did do the portfolio. All right. So this thing is live. We have a Piper Academy portfolio. We are down 4.16%. Last time I ever listened to you guys. I'm picking my own coins this week because you guys have led me astray. Actually, Bonk is doing all right, 2.38%. We're only down $1.40. Not a big deal. We're going to DCA. So we're going to proof of concept here. We're going to go ahead and DCA. I'm kind of tempted to actually go ahead and DCA in today because it's red, but I might just hold and just make it consistent, do it on Fridays. But you can see the portfolio, the allocation here. So Bitcoin, Ethereum are split 25%, and then Bonk, for whatever reason, it's just because it's performing better, is at 13.2, but everything else is just split. Bonk, Cash, Render, Ondo. So we'll continue to take input from you guys. You guys will control this portfolio minus the Bitcoin and ETH. I just wanted to make sure that we had something that was conservative in the portfolio and not all degen plays, because I know you guys are crazy. And I will pass it back to Piper.
Awesome. Shout out to Crusader. He is Blockchain Crusaders in the chat right now. What's up, Nick? How you doing, my man?
My man.
Yeah, in the house. I love it. I love it. It's great. We need to get you back on the show here soon, man. We need to get you back on here. By the way, guys, as we wrap this up, reminder, speaking of Crusader, because, you know, he'll always be in my heart associated. I will be over on Trade War or Crypto Wars today at 11. It's 11. Is that the time? 11:30? 11? What time is it? 1 sorry, on Eastern Standard. 1 p.m. At 1 p.m. So about 2.5 hours from now, 3.5 hours, whatever it is. 2.5 hours. I can't do math today. It's okay. I can definitely look at charts and give you the news though. But yeah, hey guys, right there in the link, Alexander G just dropped a link to Blockchain Crusaders YouTube. So you guys need to go check him out. We're going to get him on here. And we've got this person coming on here soon. Amy Lives Crypto. If you guys don't have her, follow her. She's got 119 subscribers. She's got a new channel, but she's got some really good content. And she's going to be on here coming up here in the next week or so. We are coordinating that right now. So go give her a follow and check out her content. She's got some good stuff. Truth, freedom, and power. Amy Lives Crypto. So shout out to her. Linked up through Billy Goat Tales. And let's wrap that up with Billy Goat Tales, guys. Tonight, 9 p.m. on X Spaces. You guys need to be there and get those Billy Goat Tales hashtag givers gain. Tradefly, OC, what do you guys got for the people on the way out, man?
Hey, as always, it's great mixing up with you. And hey, you know, it's kind of like a Piper Academy takeover of Crypto Wars, man. Like you're on there every week. We're on there every week. You know, just taking it over. It's dope. It's cool. It's good to see us getting out there in the world. So
absolutely
super stoked about that. But yeah, it's great mixing up with you guys every day. I hope everyone has a great day. Keep an eye out for Papa Powell because you know the markets are going to bounce a little bit there. So you guys take care and see you tomorrow.
Yeah, he's speaking right now as we speak. So be very careful. Be very careful out there.
Brace for volatility.
Yes. OC, tell the people what they get, what they win if they hit that like button.
Absolutely. Guys, thank you so much for joining today. Remember to hit that like button because if you do, you may have a 10% off on a great coffee this week. Oh, look at that. You already had it. Click that like button and maybe you get that beautiful coffee next morning on your cup, prepared by your beautiful wife just for you and giving you the morning. So click that like button.
Awesome. Appreciate you guys. Guys, thanks for joining us today on Piper Academy. We are about to go raid Randy Hipper, the Morning Zest show. So stick around, follow on, and let's go drop some emoji hats in there for the graduate caps of the alumni. Let's go raid Randy Hipper, guys. We'll be back here tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, bringing you guys the news, the charts, and the markets, and everything you need to have knowledge because knowledge is profit. Till then, trade safe. And as always, use a stop loss.
Don't know what they keep telling me. Ain't no school like Piper Academy. We'll keep that front line covered, even when we're dead and gone. We'll find a way to keep going, cause we gon' keep on rolling out the wheels flow low. I know you hungry for knowledge, that's profit appetite. Classes in session, this for the Army Piper acolytes. Trade flag at the soul, train ready. What a line from OCI, from a Mexican spaghetti. Yo, crunch crypto with a deep dive to project dime. And if you like the visual powered by Chart Prime, then you were part of that alumni, that's all spine. But if you have step, fall back to offline. We'll keep that front line covered, even when we're dead and gone. We'll find a way to keep going, cause we gon' keep on rolling out the wheels flow low. Sound off to get with them, the ZTS rhythm. Rip it, Alexandra.
Yeah, that's my alumni, you know what I mean?
That was awesome, dude!